All right, so we're talking about NFL. So we're talking about free agency. We're talking about trades. We're talking about all of the things that have happened in the last week. First, I would just like to say, it has been good for folks that need something to do with their lives, but I think it's bullshit that they did free agency this week. I think they should have pushed it back.
Why?
Because I just think that it was short-sighted, and now they're going to do the draft virtually. They're probably going to have to push everything back. Hell, the season might even get pushed back, but they're like, we got to do free agency right now. They didn't need to. I firmly believe that the commish cares nothing about anything else except making money, and he saw an opportunity for everybody to pay attention to the NFL because everyone else had already canceled. Which, like, shout out to him. If he wants to do that, that's fine. But, like, that guy's an asshole. So that's it. That's all I got.
Fair enough. I like it. I mean, maybe it's because I'm just looking at it as a fan, and I'm like, hey, football, it's something.
Well, that's my point. Like,
we're not watching rock skipping on the Ocho, you know?
Yeah, but that's my point. Like, he saw everybody, like, NHL cancels, NCAA cancels, NBA cancels, MLB suspends. And everybody's like, all right, NFL, what are you going to do? And he's like, nobody else is on TV. We're going for it.
But again, it's not like he's putting anyone in danger. No one's got to do anything. You just make some calls and you can sign people.
People were still taking flights. Guaranteed people are still taking flights. Private jets were being taken, no doubt. Okay. That's my belief, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so topic one.
I mean, let's be honest. I'm a Packers fan. You're a Bills fan. A lot of things happening, right? But I think we have to go with Tom Brady first.
We're going Tom Brady.
Yeah?
Yeah. $50 million guaranteed.
How much?
$50 million.
Ooh, for 2 years.
$50 million guaranteed. No trade clause.
70-something old, 70s.
No. Listen.
Okay, that's what his arm looked like this year.
Hold on. Let's get through the contract and then we can get into it. So okay. $50 million guaranteed, no trade clause, and they can't franchise him after it. So the idea is that, like, he could be potentially playing for longer than 2 years. Like, the idea is, like, if he's good enough, like, they're gonna have to pay him $35 million in 2 years.
Yep.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, but that's a lot of money. But whatever, he's gonna make their team insanely good. All right, give me your Tom Brady weak arm theory.
Well, okay, so I mean, he didn't have the receivers. I get it. This year,
mm-hmm.
What do you have?
Edelman. Philip Dorsett, who, by the way, like, I again read Pro Football Rumors, what it is, but like, there's like 4 teams vying for Philip Dorsett. Like, why would you vie for him? He literally sucks at life and sucks at catching the football. So both of those things happen. No, he had Edelman. That's about it. And so that, I think that's my whole thing with, like, his, like, people saying he has a noodle arm. Like, I don't think that guy has a noodle arm. I just think the offense that they ran is all about, like, short routes and, like, just moving the chains. I don't know. I think he's going to crush it.
So here you go. You got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard. As of right now, he's got Ronald Jones as a running back.
And
they're going to draft someone.
But who's the other guy? Ronald Jones and
running back?
Yeah. They got another guy. Barber.
Yeah. No.
Hey, Barber?
Not Barber.
Who's their – did I just go real old school?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay running backs. Who you got? It's going to be Barber. I'm telling you. It's not Barber. Who am I thinking? Whatever.
Who was it? You didn't figure it out?
I thought it was Barber. No. Who? I don't know. It says it's just Ronald Jones right now.
Oh, did they cut the other guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
So
and they still got Cameron Brate.
Yeah, they're gonna be fine. He's gonna be chucking the ball all over the field. Here's my thing: who was the quarterback the last time Bruce Arians was legit?
No idea.
Kurt Warner.
And
everybody said he had a noodle arm. And what'd he do? Took him to the Super Bowl.
Do you
Like
think
that.
Antonio? Do you think they're
What's
going to
up?
sign Antonio Brown?
No, no, they're not gonna sign. I that guy's banana land. Like
That
the
clown is
crazy
out
thing
here like,
is, and
oh,
we'll
I'll
get to
come
the
back.
bill. We'll get to the Bills in a minute. The crazy thing is that the Bills tried to trade for Antonio Jones last offseason, and thank God they didn't.
Who for who?
Antonio Jones,
Brown.
Brown, Jones,
Antonio
Brown,
Brown.
Antonio Brown. They
Yeah.
tried to trade for him. So glad they didn't. But like, no, you don't need Antonio Brown.
No, I thought they actually did trade for him and it got rescinded or something after a day.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy, right?
You don't need Antonio Brown. You got Mike Evans. You got Chris Goodwin. You got OJ Howard, who's probably year 3. Like he's probably just figuring it out now.
Yeah.
Like he's probably looking at what like the Patriots did with Gronkowski, and he's probably like, yeah, let me get that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing he doesn't have right now is he doesn't have that security underneath blanket, like that.
You know who's
Wes
a free agent
Welker.
though? What's
What?
his face? You know who's a free agent? What's that? What's his face from the Titans?
Humphreys.
No, well, not him, but also. Oh,
Corey
you're
Davis?
talking about like the slot guy.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like the running back that can catch passes, and I'm thinking about the guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Deion Lewis. Right.
Yeah. He's a
There
free
you
agent.
go. Talking about losing value, James White. He's not going to do anything now that he doesn't have Brady throwing him 10 passes a game.
We're gonna get to the Patriots. We're not there yet. That's gonna be my moment, but we'll get there.
All right. I
But
can't
no,
wait to
I think he's gonna have a huge season. He's playing in Florida, or he's playing in a dome in Atlanta,
and New Orleans.
a dome in New Orleans,
Yep.
and in Carolina, who's gonna be bad. And we're gonna get to them in a minute. But like, I don't understand what's happening in Carolina. They let all of their players go, and then they signed Teddy Bridgewater for $20 million a year. We're gonna get there, but like, he's gonna play in warm climates, a bunch of games in domes, and like, I don't see a situation. I still think he can throw it. Like, maybe he doesn't have the arm that he had when he had Randy Moss, but like, there's no reason for him not to be able to throw the ball 30, 40 yards down the field. He's gonna be able to.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, 30, 40 yards, but I mean, Mike Evans is that deep ball, jump up, go get it. He's not going to get that ball from Brady.
Yeah, but if he's catching 25-yard passes and running for another 20, like, what's the difference?
Fair
Like,
enough.
I just think about, like, so again, my first thought was Bruce Arians, Arizona Cardinals, Kurt Warner, Super Bowl. Like, those guys weren't throwing the ball deep. It was Bolden and it was Larry Fitz running slant routes. Like,
Yeah.
Like, and at least that's what I remember. I could be totally wrong, but like, I don't remember them like throwing the ball 60 yards down the field. There's only a handful of quarterbacks that can really do that well.
Right.
Do it well. Like, like Josh Allen can throw the ball 60 yards down the field. It just to nobody. He throws it out of the end zone. Like, it doesn't matter. But like, I don't think that he's going to need to throw 60-yard passes all the time. I think he's going to throw 20, 25-yard passes and keep the chains moving. I think they're going to be really good.
I mean, they have a fantastic run defense,
Which doesn't matter in the NFL.
Oh, I know it doesn't, but I mean, they only let up 73.8 yards a game.
Wow,
running.
you went deep. Look at you. Did you
I
just drop
know.
73.8 points a game?
The
Holy
best part
bullet points.
is there's only 10 teams in the history of the NFL that have a better yards per game.
What was their record last year?
It was pretty bad. But if you go back and look, and I don't have stats for this, I ran out of time, but their passing defense got better, and they weren't getting blown out in the last 5 or 6 games. They have 2 young cornerbacks that I think are going to help that defense and help Brady not have to throw the ball around.
Shout out to you for doing your research.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be really good. I mean, the Saints are going to be good.
Saints, really? I mean, they get Emmanuel Sanders to go with Michael Thomas.
Yeah, they're going to be really good. They're going to be really good.
Kamara.
And Atlanta will be all right. They're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Carolina's going to be
close. Like it did down the stretch, they'll be competitive.
I don't understand. Well, we can talk about we'll talk about Carolina in a minute, but like I don't understand what like their mentality is right
now. Why wait? I mean, we're going through the division, might as well hit it.
I don't know if I had anything else to say about Brady.
I mean,
other than the fact that
I agree with you. I think Brady is going to have a good season.
I think they're going to be really good.
And I think you hit the nail on the head there when you said warm climate, 2 other games in the dome, and Carolina. So you're talking about, what's that? 8, that's 12 games. Not knowing, and
I
then
don't
they
know if
have
your
to play.
math's correct, but I'm just shaking my head. That sounds
Yeah.
good.
And you got, so you have, because they're only doing 16 next year, right? And it's the year after they go to 17.
I'm not ready to talk about 17.
We can talk about that in the next podcast, yes. But so it'll be 16 still. So you'll have 4 games that might be outdoors in crappy weather.
Yeah.
Might be.
And I'm not going to pretend to know who their opponents are this year.
Right.
All
I mean, I know. I'll tell you, they play Green Bay.
Well, so that in Green Bay or at home?
No, it's in Tampa.
See, there it is.
What are you thinking? Like the Sunday night football game of Week 1, if there is a Week 1.
I don't know.
Brady Rodgers.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm sure. Yeah. Right. Yes.
I mean, they took the Patriots out of Thursday night football last year, right? And put Packers Bears there for their 100th year.
I don't want to talk about. The NFL is all about making money. That's it. All right, let's do it. Let's go to Carolina, where they signed Teddy Bridgewater for a 3-year, $60 million deal. A guy who's played
managed
5 games.
6 games last year with the best receiver in football.
I mean, he was a good quarterback before, though. Let's be honest. He was a pretty good quarterback in Minnesota. He was the future there. And then his knee broke in 17 different ways.
Yikes.
I actually think he's going to be good. What I don't understand is them letting everyone go on defense.
They let go. Oh, they let go of the guy that the Bills signed, right?
The Bills have signed like 4 guys from anybody who's a free agent from Carolina. They sign. That's the rule.
But they still got McCaffrey. They still got Moore.
Who's McCaffrey?
The running back, Christian.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking offense. I thought you were talking about defense. I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh no. So they still got Christian McCaffrey. Still got DJ Moore. They still got Curtis Samuel.
Their offense is gonna be great. I just don't know like their defense.
Yeah.
I just don't understand like what's the plan. So like they bring in the coach from Rule from Baylor. They give him like a 7-year deal, a gajillion dollars.
Then he commits to Cam Newton.
For 1 year. Then they put out the tweet that they're going to let him seek a trade. Then Cam on Twitter and puts out that creepy tweet about calling their bullshit. And now, like again, like who would I rather have for the next 5 years, Cam Newton or Teddy Bridgewater? Like I don't know. Like I'm a Cam Newton guy, so like I feel like I would rather have Cam Newton. Like that guy's in a contract here. He's motivated. Like tell me. I don't know what what teams need a quarterback right now. And like one of the things I was going to say is that like I don't think a lot of this is going to happen until after the draft or around the draft.
You figure the Chargers.
Tyrod Taylor, man, they got their quarterback. Man. What are you talking about?
I don't know. How'd that work out for the Bills?
Great. Took them to the playoffs. And then they let him go because they drafted.
And then you got the Patriots.
There's no way they take.
I know they're not going to, but I mean they're in need of what are they going to do? Stidham and Brissett.
So you got Miami, but they're going to probably draft a quarterback.
They got Fitz.
No. Do they have Fitz? They should.
Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick and
Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, they're getting Burrow.
Correct. You got. I mean, now you get into the weeds, right? You got Chargers. Oakland is still like a place that like.
Las Vegas.
When they play a game there, let me know.
I'm sorry. He's better than Carr. What has Carr shown? Although he did have that good year until his body exploded. I
agree. I think the problem with Las Vegas is that Gruden's not going to go for a guy like Cam. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
He wants a guy that's going to control the ball and move, whatever. I think he's bullshit.
Washington?
No, they've got a rookie quarterback. They're going to stay with him. I don't necessarily think it's the best move. I do think it's the best move. I'm looking at the teams right now. There's not a lot of places to go.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a quarterback. It's a weird time in the NFL. So like
Especially
if you're
and they
Cam
have to
Newton,
trade him. They
huh?
got to trade him now.
Right, but they're gonna get nothing for him.
So they're either going to trade him or cut him, and they're going to have to eat a lot of money.
Well, so this is the thing about Brady is going back to Brady. He counts $16 million on the cap this year
for
New England.
Oh, for New England.
Yeah, because of the way that they structured his deal for year after year after year after year,
Right.
pushing the bonus money on $16 million for the cap. So in my mind, like, why not just give him like $30 million or 30? Like, what's the point? You're already in for 16.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not the guy to answer that question. But to go back to Carolina, like now you have Bridgewater, you have Cam. Like you got to get Cam out of there. You can't have him there. So like. You're going to trade him for peanuts. You're literally it's a salary dump at this point. You basically said, it's a dump. I'm out. I'm done. You know? And this guy is in a contract year. He's motivated. He's coming off an injury. This is a guy who, I mean, in the right situation could be beneficial. Like, Belichick's not going to take him, but like, shit, like he's going to ball out wherever he goes if he gets the chance.
I don't understand.
Chargers make a lot of sense. That's interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
What, New England?
No, the Chargers. I hadn't thought about that.
I mean, have him on the team.
I just don't know. And like, I put him and Jameis together. Like,
oh, that's another person. Like, where's Jameis gonna go?
I mean, he's gonna have to be a backup. He's gonna have to. I mean, there's not enough. I mean, there's nowhere to go.
I think Chicago made a mistake trading for Foles. They should have been the ones to get Cam.
See, I disagree. I don't disagree in that idea. Like, because I think Chicago's thought is that they're good enough to win a Super Bowl now. And that because when I was thinking about Foles to Chicago, the first thing I thought was like, it's a dumb move because you're basically saying that Trubisky isn't the guy. And that's basically what they've said. It's like, I mean, this move, like they're basically saying like, unless he balls out in training camp, like we're going to give it to Foles. And they're going to just expect Big Dick Nick to like take them to the promised land. I mean, I think it's stupid. And I'm like kind of with you with like the Cam Newton thing, like sign Cam Newton, try to get him to kind of stick around for a long time. But like,
yeah,
I think their idea is like, we're a good enough team. Let's just go for it with Nick Foles because their entire.
Nick Foles is a huge upgrade over Trubisky.
I don't know though. I think they're both coming off really bad years. 2 years ago, they were both I guess 2 years ago, they were both really good. Right? Like Philly wins the Super Bowl, right? Is that 2 years ago? No, that's 3 years ago. You know, but like.
And I mean, Trubisky had a good end of his season. I mean, they went, 13-3?
They went to the play. I mean.
But he came on after an injury.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think Foles represents Chicago saying, we want to win now. Right? Like, we want to win right now, and we think we can win right now. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, but, like, say next year, if the Bills brought in some veteran quarterback, like, you're basically saying, like, bye to that quarterback, and we hope we win right now. Because, like, again, are they going to keep Foles for the next 7 years? Like, no. Foles has never been a consistent quarterback. He's never been a guy to lead a team year after year after year. He caught like absolute fire for the Eagles, but like there's no reason to think that this guy's going to be able to do it year after year after year. And I don't think that Cam can do it. That's the tough thing about Chicago is there's nothing out there that says consistency. And I guess
right, because they got rid of Gabriel.
Right.
They have Tariq Cohen. They have David Montgomery.
Just a heads up.
What did you say?
Fantasy-wise, he sucks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right. But Tariq Cohen, David Montgomery, Allen Robinson. I don't even know who else they have at the skill positions.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. They signed Jimmy fucking Graham.
Jimmy Graham.
So Jimmy Graham. I mean, this guy, he looked like he was running in molasses last year.
That guy sucks now.
I mean, he had that one good play where he was like 6 inches short of the first down marker last year against Seattle that helped the Packers win that game. I mean, yeah. Wow, one play.
No, that's to me.
I mean, I don't understand how you can actually say that's a good signing.
It's not.
And
It's
they
not.
have no skill players other than Robinson and Cohen if he gets back to his old form.
Yeah.
So, like, what's Foles going to do? Foles always had someone he could just throw deep to.
Yeah.
That one year where he went, what, like 10, he had 20-something touchdowns and 1 interception.
Yeah.
I remember them playing the Packers, and he was just throwing the ball deep, and it somehow got into the receiver's hands.
Right.
He wasn't throwing skilled out patterns or slant routes.
No.
He was just winging it.
No, I think that's.
I don't see how that helps because there's not enough skill there to do that.
No, I think their hope is that he finds the magic again and leads them to the playoffs. And I guess once you get into the playoffs, there's a chance that you can win. I don't know. All right, let's do this. Tell me about, because this is the only guy we haven't really talked about. Well, I guess we haven't really talked about Jameis a little bit, but like, whatever. That guy's got to find a job. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we can't talk about him. I mean, the guy had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions.
He very clearly can like chuck it. I don't know.
He did.
I don't know enough about NFL quarterbacks to know if like Bill Belichick were to get that guy and like teach him how to like not throw the ball to the other team. I don't think that he wants to learn that at this point in his career, but like,
I mean, he just got LASIK, so maybe he can see colors. I don't know how that works. I mean, I'm not a, optometrist, so.
Or anybody qualified to talk about eyes or football. But
Right.
That's what we're talking about. All right, so let's do this. Phillip Rivers goes to the Colts. I got to ask you, like, 1-year contract. Why a 1-year why a 1-year contract?
So are they trying to trade up and get a rookie to sit behind Rivers?
I doubt it.
What pick do they have? Do you know that off the top of your head? I don't.
No.
All right.
But like, I guess you're kind of investing in this idea that Rivers is going to have a good enough year that he's convinced that he wants to come back and play more.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you, but they have the number 6 pick.
Okay, but again, like,
so you could get a Tua. Let his hip heal a little bit more.
He's not going to get Tua. Tua's going to go probably 2 or 3.
You think so?
Yeah. Quarterbacks are like, you have Cincinnati taking Burrow. You have Miami who needs, like, Miami's going to draft a quarterback. Like, it's maybe somebody could say it's foolish, but they're going to do it because we are in a league that we just went through. There are like 2 or 3 teams that don't have a quarterback.
Right.
It's and the teams that need a quarterback are going to get it through the draft. The Chargers are probably going to draft somebody. They're probably going to trade. I guess my thing with, like, they're going to keep Jacoby Brissett, which, I mean, whatever, they have to. Rivers on a 1-year deal, like, they're a good enough team that they could make the playoffs. In my mind, like, they're not that. I mean, that division isn't
right.
great.
Well, DeAndre Hopkins isn't there anymore.
Well, that's my point. Like, they're in a division that's not.
What's the best team there now? Tennessee.
Right. You've got Tennessee, which, again, they just spent a gajillion dollars on Tannehill, which whatever.
Hey,
the
you
Bills
need
are gonna
to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry a lot.
Right, but Derrick Henry's never going to have that year again. Like, it's never going to happen again. Like, he will have some plays, but like, running back is not a year after year after year consistent position in my mind anymore, because teams aren't running the ball as much. And basically, what's going to happen to Tennessee is teams are going to line up 8 in the box and be like, all right, Tannehill, beat us. Like, show us you can beat us.
Year.
Huh?
He did,
but not as much because as good as Derrick Henry has been throughout his career, like, last year was like a breakout year for him. They were just
last year was
it
the
out.
first. Last year was the first year he actually got a chance to break out.
But that's my point. Like, people are gonna put 8 in the box and be like, all right, Tannehill, if Tannehill throws for 450 and beats us, sure. I don't think he will. People blame whatever happened in Miami on him, but like, if that guy was that good of a quarterback, like why is I don't know. I just don't. I don't.
Kenyon Drake leaves and goes to Arizona and runs for like what 800 yards in what one game basically. No, I mean
I can you that whole.
people leave Miami and they have the skill, they just don't have the support there. They don't have the coaching.
I don't see it. I don't like. I don't think that Tannehill's going to be a guy that when it's on him to make plays, it's going to happen. Like I watched that guy, Gase is the coach now, but he wasn't the coach then. Tannehill's gone through a bunch of coaches. Like he wasn't crushing folks. He wasn't owning folks. He was all right. He was a good quarterback, but like he wasn't a top notch quarterback. I just like I don't know. I getting back to Rivers. I don't understand it. Like I don't understand why it's a 1-year deal. It's $25 million. Great for him, but like, what's the Colts angle? And I guess I didn't realize to get the 6-pack, so yeah. I didn't.
Maybe they think they're going to draft a rookie, and it's just a bridge year.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't even really thought about that. That's not a bad
idea. I know I joked about Brady's arm strength, but let's be honest, Rivers wasn't much better. He had Keenan Allen, he had Mike Williams,
yeah,
Austin Eckler, and he struggled. It was a pretty big struggle for him this year.
Yeah, I mean, how good's the offensive line? It's not very good, right?
What'd you say?
The offensive line isn't very good. I think that's a big issue. I don't know. I think Rivers is a guy that at his best is like, slinging it all over the place, getting all fired up. But like, that's also his worst is that like he's slinging it all over the place and getting fired up. And like when it's bad, it's really bad, right? Like when it's good, he's, he's hitting Antonio Gates. He's, doing all these things that he used to do, but like, it's just not there anymore. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You're right. I hadn't even really thought about it. But like if
Jack Doyle is not Antonio Gates.
But I guess my question to you is, why not just let Brissett be that guy?
They didn't even really let him be that guy last year.
That's my point. Like, if you
trade for Brissett, and then you don't let him be himself.
But I think my question to you is like, then why spend? Because you're spending $15 million on Brissett and $25 million on Rivers. Why spend $25 million on Rivers? Why not repurpose that somewhere else to build up your offensive line or your defensive line or whatever? Like, make your team better than.
They think they can win this year?
I mean, that kind of goes back to my thing. Like, they must think that, Rivers has a chance to help them win 10 games and, maybe they get into the playoffs. And again, you get into the playoffs and it's anybody's ball game. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
I don't see it. I mean.
Oh, I don't understand it.
T.Y. Hilton's never healthy.
Correct.
Paris Campbell's decent.
Right.
Jack Doyle.
Good. All right.
Okay. After that, Marlon Mack,
Nigel Hines, whatever. I mean, they got guys. I mean, they can put up numbers. I guess I just don't understand it. Like, why were they so interested in signing Rivers if they're just going to have unless he said to him like, give me a year, let me try to see if I got anything left in the tank. Because I think Rivers and Brissett just have 1 year left on their contract. So like, they could be out without both next year. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, let's talk about the offseason moves of the Packers. Not a whole lot there. They haven't done a bunch.
I mean, they signed Christian Kirksey.
Who like, I don't really understand this guy because he was getting mad looks, including the Bills brought him in, but like, why is this guy so good, or why did everybody want him?
I don't know. So he only played like a game and a half last year. He went on to IR. He finished 2018 on IR.
Awesome.
2 different injuries.
And how much money did you give him?
2-year, $13 million. Only $4 million guaranteed.
Okay.
So he's coming in replacing Blake Martinez, inside linebacker.
Right.
Who led the league last year in tackles, and if he didn't the 2 years before, he was in the top 3 probably because he went like 150, 144, and 144 the last 3 years in tackles.
So the idea is he's going to get back at it.
That's I mean that. So Blake Martinez, here's my thing. He was a tackle machine, but he wasn't aggressive. I think that they're seeing that Kirksey was a little bit more go for the ball. He might make some more plays that Martinez wasn't making. Martinez was more
in
like
the pass game or
no, in the run stopping game.
okay.
Martinez would make the tackles, but they're 3, 4, 5, 6 yards down the field. They're thinking that he can come up and stuff them after you get 1 yard gain or maybe at the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't watched enough of him, but I was surprised myself so I'm not gonna lie, when they were like, oh, Kirksey, cool, like let me check him out. He didn't play last year. Like, why are we so excited about this?
He didn't play the year before.
And he played, but then finished the season on IR.
Right.
Great. So I really was hoping they'd get Littleton from the Rams.
Yeah.
He went to what? Vegas?
I don't even know. I wish I knew, but I don't.
But all I know is he got a 3-year, $35 million deal. So maybe that makes sense. We're Packers are not what you would call big spenders. So maybe
they don't have a lot of cap money anyway, right?
They don't have a lot, but they're not hurting. I mean, they still have to sign. I mean, they. I'm a little disappointed we didn't sign Sanders. I didn't think I would be, but then when it happened, I was like, eh.
But like, why? You guys got wide receivers. You got folks to throw the ball to. I mean, I don't know their names, but you got folks to throw the ball to.
So they got Devontae.
Right.
Then you have a smorgasbord of Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Who, listen, I drafted in all the leagues, and boy, was he a disappointment.
He was a disappointment. Geronimo Allison, who is a free agent, and we haven't brought him back yet, thank goodness, was a disappointment because everyone thought he was going to step up. Then you have Kumaro. And then you have, oh my goodness, the one that made all the good. Lazard.
Yeah,
he's the one I'm most interested in. He made the big plays down the end of the season. So like, great. He's our 2. Wonderful. I mean,
who's your tight end? Oh, Mercedes Lewis.
No, they are. I mean, they didn't go after Hooper at all. But I
think got so much money. But also, this draft is loaded with wide receivers.
I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna let Jace Sternberger run with the ball, or like run with the tight end position. He had a big 2 or 3 games at the end of the season, and
what was that name again?
Jace Sternberger.
Okay, be sure to look him up after this.
Okay, you do that. And I'm not saying he had like 7 catches for like 200 yards. I'm just saying like he had some really big catches and he was on the field in big time plays in the last 3 weeks or so of the season. So I think that you're going to see him get a lot of the tight end plays.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just think there's enough wide receivers in this draft that even at the end of the first round, the Packers are going to be able to scoop someone up.
No, I agree. Did you see the ridiculous trade rumors?
No. Feed me all that.
There's 2 out there right now that it's OBJ to the Packers.
Okay.
And the other one is Cooks.
Well, Cooks is being shopped.
I mean,
that would be nice for y'all because y'all could use a deep threat.
Yeah.
You could. You could use a deep threat. Because Adams is all the way legit.
I mean, he's mad nice.
And he can catch 15 balls a game, but, like, you need somebody to stretch the field. Again, like, it's like going back to Brady and the Patriots last year. Like, Edelman is at his best when there's somebody who can stretch the field. It's the same with Welker. It just, like, their offense is predicated on, like, can somebody take the ball away from these guys, and then we just keep throwing it to them. Like, Adams will get – I mean, I felt like at the end of the year, Adams was just going absolutely, like, he was just balling out.
Yeah.
You need somebody else to be able to throw the ball to. Cooks would be interesting. I think that would be an interesting play.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd prefer him over OBJ.
Yeah, I mean, OBJ's really fucking good, though. Like, that's the thing.
He's
Like,
really
that guy's
good.
so good.
We already have a prima donna in Rodgers, so we don't need OBJ.
Wow. Hashtag, I mean, at Packers.
I mean, I like Rodgers, obviously, but I mean, the dude has something going on up there, man. I don't know what it is, but
I'm just gonna sit here and let you. I want like Packers Twitter to like own you. Is what I want.
that's fine. They can own me. I love him, and
Thankfully,
I
they'll
want
never
him to
listen
stay
to
as the
this
quarterback.
podcast.
But he needs to just start flinging the ball.
I'm on it. I'll work on it.
Well, I mean, I'll put it this way. I just wish that he would get a little bit more gutsy and just start firing the ball into smaller holes, because that's why
You don't say.
we don't win a lot of games, because we win a lot of games. There's some games.
Out of here. See, you're so full.
Fixing my statements. Relax, because I know what you're going to say. What I'm saying is there are games that we're out of quickly because he just will throw the ball away instead of trying to make a play. And maybe that's because I watched Favre try to make plays. I'd rather him do that and lose, like try to make some plays, than just be safe and get embarrassed by the 49ers like we did in the NFC Championship game. It was terrible.
I feel like their defense was pretty good.
What did you say?
I felt like their defense was pretty good.
Who?
The Niners.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the Packers. I don't know if you saw that.
I mean, you just went on like a hardcore Aaron Rodgers tangent, and I'm here for all of it because like I know how much you love that guy.
Who's that?
Like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, of course I love him.
Like you kind of went in on him a little bit.
I mean, I wish he would change his play. I mean, I've said that his whole career. All he's done is play it safe and only throw safe throws. A lot of his touchdowns were off of the offsides thing.
I mean, that's just smart though, D.
I know it is. And he's got a pinpoint arm. I'm not like I think that he needs to understand that if he wants to win now, he's going to have to try and start making some plays instead of, and he makes plays, let's be honest. But like,
would you say that is, but isn't that exactly like the Brady way of playing quarterback?
What's that?
Like, make the safe throw, and if it's not there, throw it away. That guy's won mad Super Bowls doing that.
Up until this year, Rodgers didn't have a defense to do that with.
That's fair.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he needed to go out and win games. You can't play safe if you can't stop anybody.
Right. No,
I mean, even the year they started 11-0 or 12-0 or whatever, they were still letting up 30 points a game.
Right.
I don't know if it was that high, but it was pretty darn close.
Right.
So, I don't know.
All right. You got two other signings.
The last thing we had was we signed Ricky Wagner.
Yeah. Who's that?
Offensive lineman. He's going to take over for Brian Bulaga. 2 years, another $11 million deal. Not bad. They'll have him and Billy Turner on the right.
Why didn't you just resign Bulaga?
Because he got a really ridiculous amount of money.
Okay.
And I knew that we weren't going to pay that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I mean, it's scary, but I mean, Bulaga has been hurt the last 3 years.
Yeah.
He hasn't played a full 16 games. When he's in the game, he's one of the best. But
yeah, but he hasn't been there.
Yeah, he hasn't been there.
I mean, it's been quiet for you guys.
Just they'll be fine, but I just want them to get a receiver.
They probably will in the draft. All right, let's talk about the Bills. They've signed like 18 people. Josh Norman.
Sorry.
Quentin Jefferson. Mario Addison. AJ Klein. Vernon Butler. Basically anybody who's a free agent from Carolina, we sign.
So why did they sign Josh Norman?
Because he's from Carolina.
Oh, give me a better reason.
That's it. Like literally, that's it. Our coach and our general manager are from Carolina. We are the Carolina Panthers North. It's not like a unknown thing. Like, and when there's a Carolina free agent especially on the defensive side, that played for Sean McDermott, there's a good chance they're going to end up in Carolina. Or they're going to end up in Buffalo. I mean, you got Vernon Butler, right? You got Josh Norman, Vernon Butler, Quentin Jefferson. He's another guy? Hold on. Stand by. What just happened? No, he's from Seattle. But there's one other guy. I think Mario Addison. He's another guy from Carolina. Basically, if you came from Carolina, we're going to sign you. And like, basically, all the Bills have done on defensive side is just rebuild their defensive line. I don't expect much out of Josh Norman. I think he maybe could play out of his mind for a year, and that would be great. But, like,
I mean, what's he going to be, a nickelback probably?
Probably.
He's not going to be a starter.
Probably not. Unless he, like, gets himself into crazy shape and plays himself into the position. No, absolutely not. But the other guys they signed are all defensive ends and defensive tackles, and they're just rebuilding their defensive line. They've got a lot of cap money to spend. You got to spend it. And I think a lot of these deals are probably heavily loaded in the first year. And they'll probably – because a lot of these guys are actually older too. Yeah. I think they'll just probably hold on to them for a year or two, and just dump them. Like, I like the moves, but they're all about, like, what can you do for me right now? They didn't sign anybody for long term.
Right.
And again, like last year, they went out and, like, beefed up their offensive line. This year, they're beefing up the defensive line. They've got a good secondary. They've got good linebackers. We can talk about Steph Diggs. I mean, I think that's a fucking awesome move.
I mean, let's be honest. Of all the things that the Bills did in the offseason, that's probably the biggest one, right?
Well, I was waiting for that. Yeah. I mean, signing or trading for Trevon Diggs is incredible.
Yeah.
If Josh Allen can get him the ball. Because watching the Bills toward the end of the season, like, they want to throw the ball. Like, Devin Singletary can run the ball. He can get a lot of yards. He can do a lot of good things. Like, they want to throw the ball. And John Brown, and what's his face? I'm already blanking on his name. The guy from Dallas, like
Beasley,
like, they're great, but they need somebody to stretch the field. They need, like,
isn't that what Brown was stretching the field, though?
Yeah, but he stretched the field before he got the ball. But that's the thing, like, and I don't mean, like, stretch it long, but, like, also, like, just take defenders away. Like, John Brown was their number one guy last year. Like, that's crazy. John Brown's not a number one guy.
No.
John Brown's also, like you said, like, he's a guy that's going to run down the field. He wasn't running down the field last year. He was catching 15-yard outs. Like, Steph Diggs is going to, like, I don't know. If it works the way it's supposed to, they're going to be really good.
I mean, that's a heck of a 3-receiver set.
Right. And they like their tight ends. And Croft
Knox is good, and Knox and
Tyler Croft, who was out all last year.
Yes.
He's back. If he's healthy, like, you got 2 tight ends that can catch the ball. Like, they're going to be all right on offense, and they're going to be all right on defense. But it all comes down to Josh Allen.
So say it right now. Are they winning the East?
Yeah. Oh, you know, I mean, they're going to win the East. Easy.
I mean, there is no reason for them not to win the East.
I do think the Jets will be good. I mean, I think back to the beginning of last season, the expectations that the Jets were going to be pretty good, and it took a lot for the Bills to win that first game that they played against the Jets. I mean, Allen had turnover after turnover after turnover, but, like, I think the Jets will be all right. I think Miami will probably suck, and I think the Patriots, I think, are going to rebuild. It feels like they're going to rebuild. I can't believe they're going to rebuild with Bill Belichick being, like, 600 years old. Like, I don't know. Like, they should win the division. Yes, they're going to win the division.
Okay.
It's not me, like, it's not even me being cocky. Like, I have no reason to be cocky. The Bills have sucked for so long. I don't understand how they wouldn't win the division. They're the best team on paper.
Well, I mean, I agree with you. They are the best team on paper.
Who's the quarterback for the Patriots right
now? Stidham. I don't even know his first name.
Or Brian Hoyer. I know they just signed him today. But
Brian Hoyer. Yeah.
Who are they throwing it to? Like a 33-year-old Julian Edelman? Like what? I don't understand. Like they're
Oh, Mohamed Sanu.
correct. Yes, Sanu, who's probably so pissed that he got traded to the Patriots. Now that Brady's gone.
Well, he wasn't pissed last year.
Yeah, but he barely did anything last year. I don't know. There is no reason for them not to win the division. If they don't win the division at this in this moment,
How are the Jets? How are the Jets going to be good if they? I mean, they don't have Robbie Anderson right now. He's a free agent.
yeah, their offensive line is solid. Their quarterback solid. Their defense is good. They're gonna be all right. Like again, are the Bills better? Yes, the Bills are better. But could I see them splitting with New York? Sure. Like, do I think the Jets are a 7-win team, 8-win team? Yes. Do I think the Bills are like an 11, 12-win team? They should be at this point.
Yeah, they probably should. What did they win last year? 10 or 11?
You're asking me the wrong question. See, I didn't do enough research for this.
You don't know what the Bills won last year?
No. They went to the playoffs. That's all you need to know.
Agreed.
Here we go. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Whoa. They went 10-6. They should be able to. I mean, they went 10-6 and lost to the Patriots twice. They should be able to improve on that.
You would think so.
I mean, but we'll see. I don't know. That division all of a sudden became very winnable. And, I mean, I don't know what their schedule looks like, but, like, again, if Josh Allen takes a step forward, that's the big thing. Offensively, they added a premier wide receiver, and everyone else is coming back. They're not losing anybody. Defensively, they lost some guys, but they already filled all those holes. They should be just as good.
Yeah.
It's all on Josh Allen.
I mean, you're looking at, the Chiefs and the Ravens?
Yeah. Titans. I mean, let's say the Titans for now. I mean, they're worth talking about because they were there.
And then and then probably the Bills next, right?
I think you also got to throw the Steelers in there. Ben will be back. I just assume he'll be all right. You see the pictures of him? I mean, obviously you saw the pictures of him. I mean, that guy is otherworldly right now.
He's something. I mean, that's a topic. That's a topic for a whole nother podcast. I mean, we have some good stuff we can go through for the next time.
Yes. But yeah, I think if they don't win the division, it's a failure. All right, man. Is that it?
I think that's it.